In this video, I'll cover email preview text best practices as well as HTML email pre-header text. So the preview text that I'm going to use as an example here was recently used by me to send out a single email to a list that contains people who have already purchased something from me. So the open rate may be a little bit higher. This is for e-commerce, and you can see how the percentages stack up. I'm also not sure why it says your average campaign performance is the same. It might just be because I hadn't sent anything out from this account for a while, but anyways. So this is a plain text email, which is probably different from most e-commerce emails that people will receive, especially for somebody who works as an email marketer or an automation specialist within a business. And I should say for emails that people will receive and be sending out, unless they're like a personalized business like I am online. I'm a big fan of plain text emails because you can get right to the point, and I'm going to quickly show you a little like 3-step process that you can take for preview text as well as to include at the top of your emails. So I'll start with the obvious by stating who you are or what business you're with, and then that's step 1 basically. And then step 2 is going to be having some type of time in there. So this is a quick email, or I'm going to get right to the point, or something to make the person who opens up your email or is reading the preview text know that their time is sensitive to you. Then the third part is to state why you're emailing them quickly after you introduce yourself, be time sensitive, you give a quick statement of what the email is about. So this is my 2 cents. I'm not a professional email marketer. This is just something I do online to sell my own products. Nor am I good with grammar. You'll probably find some mistakes in here, but I like to think that I'm writing to a friend, as a email marketing specialist Frank Kern once said, if you know who that is. So be sure to leave your comments in the description. I want to hear what your process is if you have one for adding your preview or pre-header text. So now I'm going to go over some of the different stats for how much pre-header or preview text you can include on different devices. So if we take a look at Gmail or the Gmail app from my iPhone at the top, you'll see that we're limited to 36 characters, which you see displaying on the right. So you're only going to see a little bit of the preview text here, but as we go down the list here, you'll see that there's going to be more space. So this is Gmail, the web app, so gmail.com, where we have 55 characters, and this is going to depend on the title length also. So if you have a long title, it might only be like 20 or 30 characters. And then this is Yahoo. This is actually iOS Apple Mail. It's just that I'm opening a Yahoo email address. It's not Yahoo, the app. But this is 99 characters that you're seeing. And then we're going to go all the way up to like 200-ish characters. So 195 or 200 on the iPhone notification. So I'm not sure about like Samsung Galaxy devices or the Google Pixel, but maybe it's similar. So we can go all the way from like 30 or 25 to 200 characters in your email preview or pre-header text. And then just remember that anything after that, the content of your email is going to start to display. So most email professionals and websites will recommend like 85 to 100 characters, but if you want to be really safe, you can write it all the way up to like 200. So with this email that I sent out, it doesn't really make a difference because I didn't even include like specific preview text in MailChimp just because it's plain text. I just didn't add anything, so it just reads out the plain text at the top anyways. But now what I want to do is I want to go over and show you and give you an excerpt from my HTML email mastery course, how you can add the HTML for HTML email pre-header text. So if you'd like to be an HTML email developer and understand what all this source code is in MailChimp, as well as become a email marketing expert, it's a good idea to know HTML email so you can edit the email designs in email service providers like MailChimp. Okay, so without further ado, Here's an excerpt from my course. Be sure to check it out in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll watch for your comments in the comments section. HTML comment letting us know that this is our pre-header text, but I just want to say that generally we don't want to keep HTML comments inside of our emails because it increases the size of the file and some email clients may interpret it as spam potentially. So I think I mentioned that earlier, but you may just want to remove the HTML comments before you actually send your emails inside of an email service provider. So I'm going to write pre-header text here, and then in parentheses, I'll just write remove comment as a reminder to remove the HTML comments from your emails. And then I'll copy this and paste it underneath to say that this is the end of the pre-header text. Then the actual pre-header text will be inside of a div tag. So I'll add the div, and inside of that, I'm going to add one more HTML comment saying that this is where we add our pre-header text. So add pre-header text here. And then pre-header text you generally want to keep in the range of 85 to 100 characters in length. So I'll just add that comment as a reminder. So our pre-header text we don't want to display in the body of the email or email template. So all of the styling that we'll be adding will be to ensure that it doesn't display in any email clients inside of the actual email template body. So let's add style, and then we'll start with font size 0 pixels. And then we'll make the color of our text the same color as the background shade for the body of the email template, which is the off-white color with the hex value FAFTFE. Then we'll add line height 1 pixel. Then to make sure that Microsoft displays it at the minimal size, we'll add MSO line height rule exactly. And then we'll add a simple display none and max width 0 pixels, that is. And we'll add a max height of 0 pixels as well. Then we'll add opacity 0, overflow hidden, and then lastly we'll add the MSO hide style declaration, and we'll just add all. So this is basically a whole lot of nothing essentially to ensure that, as I said, the text will never appear inside of the body of our email. Then to see that it works properly, let's add some text in here. So I'll add this is our pre-header text, and then we'll add some promotional text, which is typically what this is used for. So I'll just write sale a few times and then add a discount or percentage off. And I'll cut the course off right there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the video comments.